Hey Collapser, today we're going to go over the level 3000 area. For starters, let's talk about the monsters that are there that you will encounter. This is the map here for just the ground level. I've got it labeled here in 4 different sections here. So where you see here at this plus, that's where you come in at. Spots 1 and 2, those are underground caves to go to a Hellhound only area. Number 3 is over to the Draconis layer, and number 4 is for the 3K quest. You do have to be level 3125 in order to go into that. On the ground level, you've got mature hellhounds, empowered dragons, and dragon overlords. Those are just covering everywhere here on the base level of the map. When you head up number 3, you'll reach an area that will have overlords and empowered dragons only, and then you'll reach the Servant of Draconis door. That door is level 3750 to be able to enter. When you do go to the Hellhound areas again, those are only just Hellhounds in that cave, as well as the Hellhound matriarchs, which do a little bit more damage and have a little bit more experience. As far as loot goes, when it comes to the Hellhounds, they don't drop anything important whatsoever. Empowered dragons and dragon overlords, they do actually drop a decent amount of crystal coins. However, due to the fact that they don't have as much experience compared to the Hellhounds, they're not as desirable. The most desirable for its loot, though, is the Servant of Draconis. They drop lots of crystal coins. They do have pure energies, which are used for outfits and add-ons. Lastly, they do drop unstable runes. Those are rare. Those are really important for upgrading your weapons, and they're very sought after. And so that is a very awesome drop to get from a really easy monster as far as its ability for you to solo kill it. Hellhounds and empowered dragons are the quickest to kill, and if you notice, Hellhounds do have a bit better base experience, so that's going to be your best base experience. Servant of Draconis, those also do very well. As you can see, they got a little bit more experience. They do take a little bit more time to kill as well. That being said, they are just a bit harder to kill simply because they deal a lot more damage as well. So take into consideration, how much you can tank and how many you can kill. That being said, generally speaking, your best bet is to go to the Hellhound area at the start. So getting there, you can just teleport straight there if you have teleport charges. It's just teleport 3K area. That'll get you there. If not, you can get there manually. You get here through Inferno Point. I honestly just don't recommend doing this. I mean, if you can afford the teleport charges, it's totally worth it. It'll save you a good amount of time getting there every time. But if not, and you're poor and broke, it's totally fine. Just make your way on through. Again, that door here was for level 3000. Oof on the drunk. Alright, and this is exactly the same spot where you would teleport to. I generally just go to this top right one. It's just a lot closer to get to, less running than if you were to go through the, or if you were to go to that southern one. So I just run this way pretty much every time. And as you can see here, we'll take a quick look at the map up here in the corner. This whole floor, there is a downstairs area over here. The rest of it is just a flat, and there's plenty of Hellhounds to reach. So the strategy here, if you're a low level, is you want to probably take about 2 to 3 at a time if that's what you can handle. If not, 8-boxing is the generic strategy that you'll use here. This is the common strategy throughout all of Collapsers, where you just want to get 8 creatures around you, fully surrounding you, so that way you can get maximum damage and value for your hunt. And as you can see, it's a perfect 8-box. Again, I'm able to tank this easily as this character is about level 8000, so it's not too hard to tank all of this. But again, once you're lower level, you will want to find great spots to hide. Just like any strategy, if you're like a knight and you can find a spot where you can hit 3 of them and only 3 of them using that level 3500 spell, that's fantastic if you're that level, such as hiding in this corner here. Again, it's just going to be based off of what you can handle. This is a big enough map as well that you can run around. There are areas where you can run. around and bait the monsters. Specifically over this direction where I'm heading right now, this is where you have the highest concentration of them. So luring them over here and running around in this room, you can run around and you can just keep running while using your spells. This is a great way if you can't really tank them yet. Just keep moving around quickly here. As well as doing that same strategy down here on this lower floor. This lower floor does have a few more of the matriarchs. Honestly, the matriarchs don't really have too much of a difference compared to a normal hellhound. I wouldn't treat them any differently or anything like that. They just have a little bit more damage and a little bit more experience. But again, you can see here, this is a great spot where I don't even have to worry about tanking them for a long time. You can just run around in circles here and do that. Don't get stuck like I did, and you'll probably want to be a little bit more careful because this is actually a crap ton of them. But again, running around down here and luring them is a great spot for you to be able to get levels quickly off of the hellhounds. Again, this is the highest concentrated area of them is down here, and then just up the stairs where we were at is the best spot in this area to get experience. Now, if you've hit the point where you are feeling pretty comfortable down here, maybe move over to the Draconis. You don't necessarily have to make the move over there. One thing is that that spawn is pretty big and there's a lot of them there, so it makes it pretty easy to get yourself surrounded and get a group together of them. They aren't as easy to run though. You can't run the Draconis as easy because they are very, very quick. Hellhounds are plenty slow. You can lure them around and run around them. Let's head over and check out the Dracona spawn. So this spawn, again, it's the best one here in this area simply because they have the highest amount of experience, but also they have the best loot of all the monsters here. Once you hit up these stairs, this whole area is just dragons. There's no hellhounds in this area. So if you want to hunt for some gold, because they do have the best gold drops of the area, come up here and hunt for some gold. You won't get as good of an experience as in the hellhounds, but if you are needing some quick cash, it's not too bad of an area to get it. Heading down through here, we'll make our way downtown. And there's the door. And then through here, we've got the Servant of Draconis. This area, as you can see on my map here as well, is massive. There's a lot to it, and again, it's the best area to get decent experience as well as actual loot. So I'll show you here another 8 box. Notice how they move so much quicker than the hellhounds. You can't run these guys at all. So you have to find and corner yourself and just take whatever the maximum is that you can at a time. Again, that's the math that you got to be keeping in mind, is how many you are fighting here versus how many hellhounds you are taking to see if you can do it. If you noticed, 8 hellhounds didn't affect me at all. I didn't even flinch, but these guys actually dropped me to the point of nearly killing me as a druid. When there's 8 of them. So it is pretty tricky. It isn't as easy to kill these for sure. But again, the main reason that we're here is because you can get better loot. Because you can't run them, you want to find areas along the walls where you can trap yourself and kill the most amount possible. That's about it. Those are the hunting areas here. Hopefully this helps you out as far as knowing where to go and navigating the area to get the best experience.